So guys, been on a big anime thing lately.
Yeah.
You know, kind of getting burnt out on it. Maybe so. I feel like the listeners, they want to hear us talk about some of those shitty live action TV shows that be coming out nowadays.
Maybe.
But I couldn't not put this one on the list. You know.
Yeah.
This is one I partially watched and I didn't really pay attention because I just wasn't trying to pay attention at the time. So I was like, fuck it, let's all watch this together. And here we are.
I'm glad you did put it on the list.
Yeah, me too. This is one I was going to watch on my own if we didn't watch it as a group, so.
So, how about we discuss the plot of the series to start off with an introduction?
Yeah.
So this covers young Yuji Itadori, who has superhuman strength, basically, and athleticism.
Yeah.
Motherfucker is already GOAT tier prior to anything happening.
Exactly.
Yeah. Then some shit goes down in his school because he's a part of the occult club, which if you're not familiar with occult, it means like scary, spooky monsters and things. And they basically find this ancient cursed item called the Fingi of Sukuna. And some other monsters want it. They come show up. They start whooping ass. This dude shows up. His name's Megumi. That's a chick's name, but he's a dude. And he says, give me that Fingi. I don't got the Fingi. Demon shows up to eat the Fingi. Yuji eats the finger to get strong because I guess why not eat that fucking 1,000-year-old finger that you just saw?
Yummy.
And that starts the series.
Yeah, I agree. That is a great recap.
Shout out to Gramps, by the way. Gramps went out like a
dude.
Gramps did.
Gramps says, I'm going out, but you're going to go ahead and do this. That's my dying wish. Fuck you.
Yeah, he's like, don't be a bitch. Don't be a buster ass trick. Don't die like me because I die like a loser. And save people.
Yep.
I was like, that's pretty solid. That's pretty solid. Oh, to disclose, I watched the dub.
I watched partial of each actually, depending on how much attention I wanted to pay to it.
That's fair. Was the dub? Then you said the dub is pretty good.
What did you watch?
I watched the sub.
Yeah, that dub was very good.
Dub's
so was
really
the sub,
good
obviously, but
both are fantastic. To be honest, I was switching between both at some points.
I enjoyed the sub very much.
So, guys, for me, a big anime guy. The start of this reminded me of Bleach a lot. So because it talks about ghosts, demons, introducing the ghost and curse world and shit like that. So I was like, oh, this is kind of like Bleach. A little bit down the line, it really starts to diverge from that, but you can see the influences of other anime on this in certain parts. I think the thing that really got me hooked right away was the mentioning of pop culture references. Because they talk about Mirko Crocop and Ninja Warrior in the first episode. I was like, this show rules.
I say, what got me invested is the finger thing, to be honest, actually. I'll talk about it a little bit later, but I was very excited to kind of see this dude go on the quest to collect all the fingers and just get stronger and battle the mental persona that is, battling back against him, I guess.
Yeah. So that was cool. The first episode, they throw you right against the gate. Bam, right away. It's just action out the gates.
Yes.
After that, you start to get characters introduced. Like we find out about Fushiguro. We find out about Gojo and how he's the iciest motherfucker known to mankind.
Gojo, first episode, man.
Gojo is amazing.
Yeah, he is. He really is.
That dude, we'll get into it. That dude made top my character list.
I was gonna say, dude, this
over Tengen?
No.
Dog. I mean,
bro, you're yeah, dude. Recency bias is crazy these days. My thing is, I really like that they introduced the strongest character in the show, like 20 minutes in, 15 minutes in. And that shit was so cool to me. Well, I mean, technically he was in the first scene, but you didn't really know anything about him. But they introduced the strongest character right off the bat, and so there's none of the power scaling bullshit, which I thought was cool.
Yeah, there's not, you kind of know where the bar's set.
Yes.
So you're not going to be shocked when Yuji starts getting stronger and stronger.
Right.
Kind of thing. Because you see what Gojo does, and he does some fucked up shit, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that part's also true.
Yeah.
So we get introduced to our basically main crew, which comprises of Yuji himself, his little homie Fushiguro, and then this chick, Nobara.
Yes.
She cool. She from
She has
the
a hammer.
country. She got a big hammer with the nail and some dolls.
Yes.
And she does some voodoo shit.
Mm-hmm.
Low key psychopath, but
Yeah. High key.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes. So the early part really is just introducing Ichidori and all the characters, and then you get shown Sukuna, and we get a little bit of backstory on what Sukuna is. How he's the
Super cool.
omniscient god of the curses, basically.
Yes.
No one could fuck with him. So the only thing they could do is split his power up and fucking throw it in different corners of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Exactly.
And now that they have Yuji, he can eat him, so they're just trying to get him to eat all of them to kill him to get rid of Sukuna.
Yes,
Exactly.
exactly.
Which I'm not like. I think that's super interesting the way they're doing this. They're like, hey, you're gonna be super powerful, but you're only gonna be super powerful because we let you get that way because you got to do this stuff for us, and then we're going to kill you.
Yeah, I was very, very, very invested in these first few episodes because of how they set it up, to be honest.
Absolutely. I was hooked right away on this show.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
The crazy part about this, though, is that the goal of the quote-unquote heroes is the same goal as the villains.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're all saying, we need him to eat these fiends.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, but the end game after he does it is where the shit changes. So it's like, depending who has him when he eats the last one or eats them all or whatever, it's going to set up everything.
Pretty much, yeah. I'm wondering, I never mind, I'm going to get into it in the next arc, but I'm wondering how some of the decisions he made will backfire later.
Yes. So in my opinion, the conclusion of the first arc of the series comes when Fushiguro and Itadori go on the quest and they run into an accidental fucking special grade.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you get quickly told the levels of this game, and they were not at that level at that time.
No, not even close, man.
Because Fushiguro gets fucking scared. Like, he's actually, shook. He's like, oh my god, we can't beat this, we gotta go. And Itadori has to call up Sukuna and basically cut a deal kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And get out of there. But even then, he still died. So it was like, holy shit. That was just...
I mean... And in that fight, too, I mean, neither of them could do anything. I mean, Fushiguro's everything but the white demon dog and then the owl. All of his other creatures that he spawned in fucking died, so...
Well, no.
Actually, the snake was later, too. But...
No, so the only thing that actually died at the beginning like that was the white demon dog.
The white demon dog. The black
white demon dog that, got completely...
head chopped off.
Crunched, yeah.
Which they got into later, and we can talk about that later. But that was the only thing that actually died. Everything else he just released before it died.
And then the snake later as well, very, very soon after.
Right, but then they explain that as well.
I love when a show just tells you their characters are not ready yet. I love
me
that
too.
moment. It's one of my favorite parts of Hunter x Hunter when Gon tries to go up against Hisoka, and Hisoka kicks his little ass down and says, "You are not built for that yet."
Yeah.
You know?
For sure.
This one's better to me, though, because this is do or die. This is actually, they fucking were gonna die.
Yeah.
Fushiguro would have fucking easily died, and the only reason Itadori made it out is because of who he is.
My only problem with something like that is that sometimes it gives us these unrealistic level ups in terms of, timing. It's like, oh, they don't have any idea what they're doing, but because they have to do something or survive, they suddenly just get that much stronger. They just figure it out. I don't like that as
much.
much.
I would disagree, man, because honestly, neither of them got a level up in that fight. So, I think it was...
Well, in that one, he just used the cop-out of the, Sukuna.
Yeah, but you saw what he had to give up for it.
Yeah. That's for true.
Yep.
He had to make some sort of deal that we really don't know the full parameters of yet.
Exactly.
So, basically Sukuna now has a leg over Itadori because of that. And I think it was great because the way they called back to this later. You know what I mean? If they didn't call back to it, it would be whatever. But with the call back to it, it really improved it in my mind.
I agree,
that's a very impactful scene. I also like dark shit. I like dark. I like when people start dying. I like when shit happens and people aren't safe.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
No one's fucking safe here. And they let you know.
You never know who's going to die in the next, few minutes.
No. because they don't give a fuck about any of these characters.
Yeah, and we'll get to that in a few episodes, actually, because...
So, yeah, they thought Itadori was dead, but he gets, Sukuna heals him in exchange for something.
Yes, and that's
Gojo,
what I'm talking about.
Gojo grabs him and goes, we're not telling anyone you're back yet, because obviously motherfuckers want you dead. We're getting you juice before you go back to public, being alive, And he basically gets taken away to his own little corner. And then Fushiguro and Nobara gotta go do their own thing at Jujutsu Tech.
Hey, real fast. When Gojo's telling Yuji about, like, oh, we gotta train you and everything, and he's all like, will I be able to do a Kamehameha? I was like, yo.
He said, can I do a he mentions later more anime stuff. He's like, I want to do a Rasengan. I want to do a Spirit Gun. I want to do a Kamehameha. I can't do any of that shit. It was like, awesome. It was like, yes, Itadori, make all the references.
Coming back to it, this is what I was talking about earlier with the decisions he made, because I'm wondering what Sukuna's end goal is here, like with the deal that he made. I'm wondering how that'll come into play next season.
Well, yeah,
because with the parameters of the deal that they made and him not being able to hurt anyone while he changes for that minute or whatever, I'm really wondering like how that's gonna affect the latter seasons.
So what are they gonna do with it exactly?
Sukuna has a real plan here, because he was kind of fighting Itadori for a while at the beginning.
Yeah.
And after that,
he's quiet.
He chilled the fuck out.
Yep, he didn't do shit.
He did like 2 or 3 things, and each time it was nuts. But like, none of that involved Itadori,
right?
And so it's like, you're planning something, you son of a bitch.
Yep, exactly.
And yeah, because then they start talking about a tournament arc basically in this episode, where they say there's a sister event with the school. We're gonna transfer they're gonna bring them over. You guys are gonna compete in some games and shit. Which, classic anime, you gotta have a tournament arc in it.
Oh, of course, yeah, that's how it goes.
And we get introduced to Panda, Maki, dude who talks in what is it, onigiri terms or something? I forgot what it was.
It's just sushi.
Yeah.
And
tuna.
That was it, right? It was only 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, originally.
Okay. So that's the 3 new characters we get introduced to. We get a little scene with the next little mini arc part where the villains are kind of talking to each other, and they talk about this thing called the prison realm, and they're saying we're gonna use this to stop Gojo on October 31st at Shibuya. That place and day comes up like 5 times in this when they start talking to each other. I don't know what the fuck the plan is there, except for get Gojo out the fucking paint, and we're gonna go to work. And I don't know what's gonna happen when that happens. Like, if we saw a little bit what happens when Gojo's not around, towards the end of the season, and shit, I don't know, because they didn't even send their strongest warriors in for that shit later.
No, they really didn't, man. I don't know. Shit, dude, I don't know.
I'm hyped though.
Will they actually be able to get him out the paint?
They've done it already.
Yeah.
It wasn't for long, but they got him out the paint, and they did not use the prison realm thing they were talking about.
No, they didn't.
So, I mean, if the prison realm works like how it's supposed to, he will be out of the paint. And that kind of gets me excited, because like I said, the show is not scared of death, decay, and fucking blood.
No, not at all.
That is absolutely true. That one, yeah, I agree with that.
I wouldn't be surprised if someone gets fucked up and gets out the paint during when that happens, that raid.
Oh, easily. Yeah, no, I definitely think 1 or 2 people are actually gonna die, and not come back.
Also, forgot to mention this, Sukuna has a weird liking to Fushiguro. He keeps saying, "I like him."
Yeah,
He asked him when they were fighting, he's like, "Why'd you run? You could have fought me." And I'm like, huh?
It's probably just that dark, spirit, I guess. That was my guess on it, is because Fushiguro just kind of, he just seems a little dark and not really cheery or anything, and maybe that's what he's attracted to in him.
They also mentioned he's a part of that Zenin clan or whatever that we learned about a little bit later.
Yeah, that's right.
They learned that he's got a bloodline in him that's a little different.
Not the bloodline.
Yeah, don't worry, bro. Don't worry. Did you guys want some Gojo moments? Cause
absolutely.
Yeah, we got those.
Dude,
holy
Gojo
shit.
Fights Volcano Head.
Oh, Volcano Head
whoops the dog shit out of him.
Dude, I don't think he got touched, man. That shit was crazy.
That was awesome.
he was working him so bad. He said, "Hold on." And he picked up Itadori, came back and said, "Itadori, watch this.
What?
Watch me whoop his ass."
Dude, that's crazy, dude. I was in shock, man. That was
awesome.
so cool.
This dude Gojo is the strongest being in his universe that we know of so far.
Yes.
And not only that, he's also the prettiest motherfucker ever. He's got these sparkly
Dude, the
blue
eyes,
Exactly,
bro.
bro,
That's
the eyes.
crazy.
Man, why you wearing a blindfold for? Just do
He
your
would
thing.
go crazy with the
Because,
blindfold.
dude, everybody just drip, bro. That's why.
True.
He had me dripping, bro.
Yo.
I mean,
Not yo.
you're not wrong, Chief.
Exactly.
I had a couple Gojo as daddy notes in there.
Yeah.
We transfer from that to we get introduced to the second best character in the series. My man Toto.
Toto.
Yep, exactly, dude. Toto, aka
Toto
best friend,
rules.
is awesome,
This
bro.
dude has one question and one question only for you.
Dude, that's crazy.
What type of bitches you like, brother?
That is
And
awesome.
he's cool about it too. He's like, "Yeah, if you like dudes too, I'll take that as an answer."
That
He
is
even
so
tells him.
funny.
And Fushiguro, being Fushiguro, he says, "I like women who have a great personality." He goes, "You are fucking whack. I kill you."
He goes, that answer sucks, son.
And we see the power gap between Toto and Fushiguro because Fushiguro got fucking washed.
Dude,
Yeah, he
Toto's
did.
built, bro. That dude,
He like 6'9".
dude,
350
fucking
all
Greek
muscle.
God, bro. That's crazy.
He has curse techniques, but he says, "Yeah, I don't use those on you guys. You guys suck. I don't need to. I just beat you up with my fist."
Dude, that's my guy right there.
Yes, sir. And then Nobara gets dogged. Fucking Fushi got hit with a German suplex. Thank God people stepped in and the fight ended, and that was it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
We enter probably the saddest shit that happens this
Yes,
season.
no, 100%
Yo.
the saddest thing. It doesn't even come close in my opinion.
The Junpei, a.k.a.
Dude.
making a murderer arc.
That was.
Dude.
Oof.
I mean, to start it off, well, I mean, not I guess to start it off, but dude, Yuji was fucking chatting up Junpei's mom, bro.
That's
Like,
what I'm
yeah, he
saying.
was.
Dude, he was spitting game, dude. I'm like, you're a cold man right there.
He was like, "Hey, yeah." They were hanging out in there. They were drinking a little bit. Gojo shows up, all that shit, you know. Am I capping? Was Gojo there? Am I
Gojo,
making
No,
shit
I
up?
don't think it
Gojo
was-
was never there. It was the
I
other
don't think-
dude.
Kento was there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kento's cool. I like Kento a lot.
Kento's aight.
I don't like him
Aight.
as a character that much, but he's cool. Like he's
yeah,
a
I
hater.
agree.
like he's badass, but I don't like him that much.
Man,
I
Kento
agree.
one of the hardest ones out. You're a
Nah,
bitch.
he just kind of, he's just there for me, man.
The glasses?
The glasses are cool, man.
Yeah,
I just
the
don't like his
5'7"
I
technique?
don't like his personality, if I'm gonna be honest. Like,
Yeah,
Man, he's just living his life, bro.
He a little bit lame.
You're lame.
he's just kind of boring. That's
He
all.
a cool
Like,
fighter.
You a
Yeah.
bitch.
Yeah, he kind of
But
boring
he-
as a character until he
yeah,
start fighting. Then
exactly.
it's like, damn, this guy crazy. But
That's one. I feel the same way, Eli.
You a bitch. That's all I'm gonna say. Buster ass tricks.
okay, to be fair, like he might have been cooler if Gojo didn't exist. But,
Exactly.
You know, we got
You
got
literally
introduced to
have
him.
Gojo.
So yeah.
So, did you guys think that Mahito was like a split personality of Junpei, or was that just me?
I thought that for a little bit. I don't know. It didn't really like. It wasn't a prominent thought of mine, but like I definitely was like, oh, this dude's just kind of in his head, like just barking orders at him. But obviously, that did not end up being the case.
I guess I did not really think of it like that at all. Then.
You
That-
assumed
that
right away
thought-
that was a
well,
separate entity.
Yeah.
I thought that
Yeah.
when they were in the theater,
Yes.
because he was the only one, So I don't know. That's why I thought that it was a split personality thing, is because like he was the only one that could have done anything, and I don't know. I
Well,
guess that's
because I mean, at the end of one of the episode, like at the end of the episode, right before that arc started, it showed Junpei going into the alley, and he was like, "Did you do that in the movie theater?" And he was looking at Mahito, and that's so I just never thought of it as like split.
That could be like
anything
a split.
I was
thing,
gonna say
like
that
he's
could be
to a
just
separate
talking
entity.
to himself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just never saw it that way. I
fair.
saw it as
Well,
two
we ended up being
completely
wrong
separate
anyway,
people.
but
Yeah, we were dead wrong.
yeah.
Instead, we get the Making a Murderer arc, where Mahito tries his best to corrupt Junpei. And does fucked up shit, sets up situations, and just absolutely bullies this kid who's just looking for power, you know? Like, Junpei's getting beat up for no fucking reason. The teachers aren't helping him with anything. You know, they're putting fucking cigarettes out on his fucking face and shit.
Yeah, dude, that's messed up.
That's
And
crazy.
he's looking for power and revenge. Like, that's just who he is. Like, you know, he's got a little twisted side to him. You see that when he's like, you know, if I could kill everyone who hates me or whatever. And that's prior to Mahito even coming.
Yeah.
So then Mahito attacks at those insecurities, but then Junpei shows up to counterbalance that, you know, and starts swinging him back. He's like, oh yeah, you know, I have a friend. This is cool. I like Junpei. You watch the same movies, or Itadori. You watch the same movies as me. Blah 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 blah. And then fucking Mahito sets up with the finger in his house, and
Yeah.
mom gets clapped, and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, dude.
And for some reason, Junpei thinks it was a student who did that. Like,
Yeah.
I don't. I don't know about all that, but
I thought they were gonna think that Itadori did it,
That's what I was thinking.
I could see that. Yeah.
and I thought that's where they're gonna fight and like try to battle each other to death.
And then it didn't happen that way.
No. Instead, he goes to school, AK style, and starts taking out kids, trying to find out who did it
Yeah.
before Itadori shows up. And Itadori has a heart-to-heart with him. Eats a couple shots from Junpei.
He does.
And, you know, he's like, you know, you don't have to do that, man. It's all right. Wins him over.
Yes, he
Sadly, wasn't enough.
Nope.
You know?
Because Mahito had to, you know,
Kill
do
him.
his thing too.
Oh my gosh, that was
Mahito
devastating.
not only kills him, he runs up to him, fucking alters his soul into making Junpei a fucking curse.
Yeah.
And his body can't handle it, so Junpei dies for being turned to a curse.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially.
Itadori has like imaginative scenes where he's picturing him, Junpei, Fushiguro, and Nobara being like the first year squad at Jujutsu, you know, them all being friends and stuff like that. And he fucking loses it.
Yeah.
And he starts fighting Mahito. And we find out that Itadori is the antithesis of Mahito because he knows how to attack a soul because he has Sukuna in him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's no soul block. Like, you literally are attacking just straight soul on those shots.
Exactly.
And we get a very, very fun fight between Mahito, Itadori, and Kento.
Yeah,
Like,
that
goes
was
stupid hard.
that was a
gosh, dude.
scrap too. I mean, dude, Kento was not, you know, performing at top tier in that fight.
They were jumping the
Well-
shit out of Mahito.
Yes, they were.
I
I
mean,
like to
dude,
see where they were hitting him like 15 times.
dude, that shit was awesome, man. But right before that, like, Mahito was holding his own against fucking two people, and Kento was supposed to be that guy. So I don't know.
It was because Kento couldn't attack his soul, but Itadori could. So
Yeah,
basically,
right,
like, you know,
right.
he was basically playing like distraction for most of the fight. And
Punching bag.
I had a feeling once he started talking about like, oh, I'm getting excited kind of thing. I was like, shit, he's about to domain expand, isn't he? And fucking lo and behold, he forms this big ass barrier and creates his own domain. And now he can play with your soul at his will.
Yep.
Well, Kento's at least, because Mahito had already been warned by Sukuna.
Yes.
He said, touch my soul again, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Dude, that shit was crazy, man.
And the way Sukuna did it was crazy, because he was like, I'm warning you, don't come in here again, or else I'm telling you, you get one. And fucking Itadori's reckless ass breaks into Mahito's domain, so then he has to accidentally grab, you know, Itadori's soul and Sukuna's soul. And Sukuna goes, what the fuck did I tell you?
Yeah.
He says, you had your one, now what? And then boom, hits him with some shit, basically fucks up Mahito, and Mahito now is in defense mode because anybody can take him out at this point. And he starts scrambling. He turns into Barry Sanders.
You start sprinting, man.
And I was like, damn, he really learned domain expansion and dipped. And that's like,
Hey,
they explain how that's going to be fucked because he's going to alter people's soul at will.
Exactly.
yeah, that's the thing, dude. Mahito's just gonna get juiced, man. Like, the more he, and they said it too, the more he lives without being exercised, the better he's gonna get, dude. Because he's crazy.
Because he's
That's-
like brand new.
Yeah, he says he's a newer curse.
Yeah.
So
That's
like
gonna be
the ultimate.
Itadori's fight. Like I think, like final
100%.
fight.
Oh,
100%.
absolutely. It has to be, right?
I don't think right now Mahito or Itadori are stronger than that one guy that we keep seeing with the gauges. You know what I'm saying? In the fucked up, like the barbed wire line around his head. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, the black hair dude.
Yeah.
Oh, Gento
Okay.
or whatever his name is. Is it
I
Gento?
don't think either of them are as strong as him.
No, I
But
don't
they
think so.
both keep saying that, you know, Itadori and Mahito have potential. That's where they're gonna, like, they can keep getting stronger. So I think they're gonna get stronger, and that's gonna be the fight. And then we're gonna get that guy versus Gojo later.
I could see that 100%. Yeah.
Absolutely, I think that would make sense.
So now I have sad news because with the conclusion of the Junpei arc, they gave us a new opening and ending.
Yeah. Yep.
OP1 and OP and ending 1, god tier.
Absolutely.
Especially ending 1. Ending 1, bro,
was lit, dude.
Yes.
amazing. OP2, a little generic, man. It's just kind of like
I would
generic
agree.
J-Rock, you know? I'm like,
Yeah.
whatever. But we get...
2
Sorry.
was mid.
I don't even remember ending 2. That's how
I
bad it is.
don't
Like,
either, actually.
I thought about this. My personal list, right, for like what I preferred was opening 1, ending 2, opening 2.
You're tripping.
I would swap ending 2 or ending 1 and opening 1.
See,
Yeah,
and that's fair
ending
because
1.
I love both of them. I just prefer the opening a little bit more, but they're both
I would
super top
prefer
tier.
if your opinion was a little bit better.
Yeah, same. Ending 1 is a vibe, bro.
Dude, it's awesome. It's so awesome.
No, both of them were really good.
I don't know.
That shit
Maybe it's just that it throws me off that it's not like on, like, because even the animation for that ending is like completely different than the rest of the show.
It
And
is,
it's
yeah.
Sweet,
It
dude.
exactly. It's awesome, but it's just like a totally different style. It completely changes the style of the characters.
Gojo
too.
in street clothes?
Dude, it's sick. It's sick.
Bro, come on. Itadori with the hoodie? You're tripping.
I'm not tripping about anything. I'm telling you, it's awesome.
Trip on these. Okay.
Whoa.
So, we get the new arc, which is the Kyoto sister arc. Sister fight group battle thing arc.
Yes. Yep. hmm
This, to me, might have been the worst arc of the season.
I would 100% agree with you.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
They were
And
trying
it's
to
pretty
do
good.
too much.
It's surprising too, and me and Enrique were talking about this yesterday. I feel like they introduced too many characters at once, and
Because,
that's why it wasn't as high for me.
We didn't really
That's
get
fair.
any characterization of Maki or Panda or Speech Man, so we
No.
weren't really attached to them yet.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then
And
you
then
introduced all the Kyoto characters.
Exactly. Yep.
Maki's sister was kind of just there.
She sucked.
Broom Chick was just
Broom Chick was just
barely
generic.
existed.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then
It was really
Robot
just
was a
Toto,
robot.
and Robot was and Toto was the best out of them. Obviously,
absolutely,
Toto's
Toto's
amazing.
great.
Toto's the best
awesome,
out of
dude.
either of the schools,
He's
but
got a super good character to him. Like he's
exactly,
interesting. Dude, he's fantastic.
Yes, exactly. So, in my opinion, it at least started the worst, just because there just wasn't any character development. They kind of just went head first.
it
so
did
it
pick up later.
It did.
It
It
did.
did for sure.
Anytime Itadori was on screen in this arc, it was good.
Anytime Itadori was with Toto as well was just
Great.
fantastic.
Whether they were fighting or they're teaming up.
Dude, the team. Yeah, we'll get to that, but the
Oh,
team up
the
was
team up.
nuts. That was
Yo.
that was honestly probably my favorite moment of the season. But
So
That was
let me-
so good.
let me just rank these fights for you. The worst of the
Yes.
fights was probably Maki and her sister.
yeah, oh yeah, easily.
Second worst, Megumi and the bow and arrow dude.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't care for that
Yeah,
fight.
I didn't really either.
I kind of thought the worst one was Nobara's.
Whoa.
What?
I like Nobara's fight.
I did too.
Like
That was like the best one because they actually like went into like character again.
Yeah, that's what
I
I'm
mean,
saying.
yeah, kind of, but the fight itself wasn't as good in my opinion.
I liked her. I liked her when she switched out the hammer for the little squishy hammer.
Dude.
Yo, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
'cause
but
she
this,
wouldn't
bro,
kill him
the
or
squeaky
kill her.
hammer might have been the greatest thing I've ever seen in my
The
life.
rubber, the
That's what
rubber
I'm saying,
hammer.
awesome,
Nobara-
bro.
Obviously, like it's not even fair. Like fucking Toto and them had the best fight. Come on.
Yeah,
man.
oh,
Yeah.
easily, obviously.
Panda fight was pretty cool. Actually,
Yes.
like, I
That
didn't
was
hate
pretty
Panda
cool
fight.
with the 3 cores.
Yeah, I think Panda might have been my second favorite fight, just off of fighting. and then Nobara third.
That's fair. Yeah, I could honestly have that same list. I didn't really think about it though.
See, I had the Megumi fight at third, but that's because I had the Nobara fight.
The Megumi fight was a little boring for a while to the climax of it.
Yeah.
Once Megumi pulled out the elephant, I was like, okay, this kind of
elephant was wild.
The elephant and the bird, I was like, this is good now. So that happens. Itadori meets Todo. He asks him what kind of girls he likes. They like the same exact type of women. Tall girls with thick asses.
Dude. I lost it, bro. I actually was laughing so fucking hard, man.
That was so good.
Like Jennifer Lawrence. I'm like, oh, hell
Wait,
yeah.
did you watch that part in the dub or the sub?
I did watch it dubbed, yeah.
I can only imagine what it sounded like dubbed, dude. That must have been awesome.
And then, bro, Todo has he recreates his entire youth to fit Itadori into it. Because
so awesome.
He's like, best friend.
Bro, you're my best friend. You're my brother. We went to middle school together.
No, we
did it.
It was just fucking awesome.
That's what I'm saying, dude. That duo is my favorite, man.
And then Todo doesn't even try to kill, because the whole plan was to kill Itadori in this segment. And he's like, nah, fuck all that. I'm training you. He starts training him mid-fight.
That's what I'm saying. That was so cool,
awesome.
dude.
And he's like, I won't hold back against you, brother. He's like, what are you saying? And then somewhere along the line, Itadori buys into it.
That's what
I know.
He's like, oh, I can't
like, yeah, let's get him, brother.
I'm glad he did, too, because that ended up in the best fucking team-up fight ever.
Dude,
it was
that
so
fight was
good.
awesome.
Oh, my gosh.
Itadori, and Todo versus the nature curse or whatever.
It was like Hanami or whatever his name was.
Yeah,
that's the white
with the
horns,
alien
the
thing.
Tree trunk eyes.
Yes, yeah.
That fight was sweet,
That
dude.
fight was amazing.
Black Flash?
I forgot.
Dude.
I forgot because they had showed us Todo's ability earlier when Itadori got surrounded, and I forgot about it. So then he's flying backwards towards the spikes. I was like, man, we really about to lose Todo, dude.
Dude,
I can't believe this.
Dude, the claps to the punches, bro. Oh my god,
That
I
was
was
insane.
nutting myself.
4 black flashes in a row.
But what about the fake clap into the punch?
Dude, that shit was crazy, man. Oh my. He's like, I don't even have to clap, bro. Like I can clap it. That don't mean I gotta switch.
The curse was like,
the
fuck.
He's like, why did you tell me all this?
And that
Oh
was
my
just,
God.
it was incredible. That whole fight was incredible. And they're buying time because they locked out Gojo from the entire playfield, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that was cool while that lasted because it drops and Gojo goes, okay, rips off his blindfold, flies into the air, and goes, he starts talking some shit. And I was like, I'm good. What is he doing? He's like, red repel, blue attract. And I'm like, huh? What did you say?
Oh my
Purple.
God.
And I was like, purple? I like purple. And then he fucking shoots off a literal, like, orbital cannon at people and blows off half of the fucking Hanami's arm, dude. Barely makes it out of there alive.
I would say before that, I think it was episode 19. I was like, oh shit, Yuji's entering the zone from Kuroko.
Bro, the zone. They said the zone. I was like, no way.
The next episode, they were like, he entered the zone. I was like, oh shit, he did enter the zone.
Not the zone.
And I was just like, that ending to it was sweet. But like I said, the beginning bit where they were fighting, the schools were fighting each other, you know.
Yeah, that's kind of fair. When they started teaming up, that was dope.
And that's why I say it's a really good arc, but it's just downplayed by that first little bit.
Yeah, you had the old man arc, playing the guitar.
Worst. It's the worst of what we got through the season.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Yeah.
Could you? The old man said, "What do you want me to do? Play the guitar?"
I don't know what his ability was because he really didn't do nothing to the butcher dude.
Not much.
Like they were just kind of memeing around, and then Gojo comes in. And he goes, "No, Gojo, stop!" And he goes, just blasts the butcher.
He said, "Don't kill him." All right, I'm gonna take all his limbs.
Go heal him. Go heal him.
He said, "Give me your arms and your legs."
The dude Gojo, different kind of animal. No cap.
He's a shark, dude.
So again, they talk about October 31st in Shibuya. I don't know what's happening.
We don't know yet.
I don't know when it's gonna happen because they're not telling us the dates right now. Like,
No,
I'm
we
not
have
su-
we have a small sense of the timeline that's happened.
Because it's been like a couple months.
This whole season, I think, is like 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know
think
that,
you're
but
right.
we don't know what the date is. So we don't know how close to October we are.
No.
And then we get the baseball game, which was like cool.
It was okay.
I did like one bit from that. I don't know if you guys were reading everything to catch it. It was when Toto came up. Under his little nameplate, it says, Toto won nationals with Itadori in middle school.
I saw that.
Itadori denies it. I was like, all right, that won me over for this.
That was
That
awesome,
bit
dude.
was great.
That shit
Oh.
was so funny.
And then he gets hit in the face.
So you guys want to hear a controversial take I have?
Oh, yeah.
Do I?
Spit.
This last arc was the best arc of the season. Yeah. Yeah, it was. Because, let me tell you something.
It was a whole
All
3
three of them
episodes.
were going fucking nuts. I don't care.
That's true.
It is true.
That's true.
They were.
They were all going nuts.
Yeah.
Granted,
Bro.
the whole first episode was setup. It
It was fine setup, though, because you got emotional investment into it.
You
know?
did,
Yeah.
but like I'm
Yeah.
just saying, for me, not enough happened overall to call it the best
yeah.
arc.
It was very, very short. It was a lot shorter, I believe, than the other. Maybe not that second arc, but it was a much shorter arc. I am very particular to the first arc just because it got me hooked in so much, and I'll explain later why I am particular to that once we're done with the whole recap. But yeah,
Fucking
fair.
Fushiguro, we get a little bit of characterization for him, which is
Mm-hmm.
good, because we really didn't have much about what was going on with him.
Correct.
yes,
So we find out, he basically was, like a bastard child, and basically got sold to the Zenin clan, but then Gojo ixnayed that and bought him basically, and he was like, all right, in exchange, you're gonna be a Jujutsu sorcerer. It's no ifs, ands, or
Yeah.
buts, because I need the money from the school so to raise your dumb ass. So Gojo's basically his dad, from what we got, and we find out his sister was going to the school there, and she's cursed still, and she's in a coma and everything like that. And he thinks that he might be able to save her if he kills his curses that are possessing people currently and killing
Yeah.
them.
pretty much.
That's a setup. No more necessary, because after that, shit gets fucking bananas. So Fushiguro goes to go stop some shit and is fighting Diglets from Pokemon. And
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
was
that's
like,
what I said too.
I was like, okay, cool, Diglett. Next thing you know, the fucking curse that him and Itadori were fighting way fucking back in episode 4 shows up. Drops from the ceiling.
Dude, that
How
was
the
oh my god.
How was he there? How was I don't know.
I think it was just kind of an imitation of sorts.
Because
I
he's
don't
the
know.
finger. No, because he has the finger, remember?
He does.
Oh,
yes.
right.
So that was him. And he drops down, and Fushiguro and him, they start fighting.
Well, because
Fushigiro's
this
getting
this one was even better than the first one, though.
Fushigiro's getting his ass beat.
He was.
Fushiguro got fucked up.
Yeah.
And then he started saying something about, I'm concentrating. And I was like, oh my God, is he going to domain expand? And he goes, he goes going crazy. He's got blood drip down his face. He starts doing some evil ass grin.
Dude.
I'm like,
Yeah.
huh?
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, Chimera Guard. And I'm like, what the fuck? And he just makes his big ass thing, traps the thing, and starts whooping his fucking ass.
Dude, that was so cool.
And like,
This is also where they explained his Shikigami stuff, too.
I don't remember that. What they explain?
Huh? Oh, so he has 10 Shikigami basically, and when one of them like for real dies,
The
like
power,
actually
yeah.
dies, the power and everything bleeds into the other ones. So his
Right.
remaining demon dog was even
juiced.
more juiced, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, the black demon dog was crazy.
That thing went absolutely bananas because it wounded the Hanami dude.
Yeah.
And then
he's like,
it-
if it wounded him, then
He was like, it'll wipe this dude out, and it did.
which is facts, yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was awesome.
Which I kind of knew, because once I realized they've gotten pretty big level up so far. These guys, this is gonna be like a showcase for them, basically, not really like a fight.
Right.
Fushi Girls is the only one that was really like a fight,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah, agreed.
because he had to fight a fucking special grade by himself.
Well, all of them were special grades.
I guess, but this one was like a different kind of shark because he had the Suka in the finger.
Well, yes, but the other two were like special grade cursed objects.
Oh, I know.
So
I know that whole backstory with the fetuses and shit. That was pretty fucked up.
that was insane.
That was pretty fucked
What
up.
a
I wrote all
crazy
that down in my notes.
backstory that was, bro.
I was like, hey, yo, that's fucked up. But I was just like, man, this dude Fushiguro different. Like I see, now, like that's where you start to see like that's why Sukuna was like, you have potential to be a god.
Yeah.
And now you start seeing it in him, and it's like, holy shit, Fushigiro's gonna be a problem soon. Because he's trying to catch up to Itadori, but he might be there.
He's gonna become the main character.
He might be there with Itadori, if not stronger, after getting domain expansion.
Dude, the domain expansion was crazy, but I don't know if he's up there
without Sukuna powers.
I was gonna Sukuna powers, then yes, he wipes Itadori in my opinion.
That's not fair. Once you start adding Sukuna into the equation, things get fucked up.
But that's the whole point.
That's the because
that's the only reason he's here as a whole.
He can't willingly tap into that, Tristan.
No,
right,
but
exactly.
If he could tap into it, then I would count it. But he can't do it unless Sukuna takes over.
Exactly.
And that won't happen. We've seen it. Sukuna doesn't care unless it's like directly involved him.
Right.
Yes.
So that's why I say like Itadori without that, I think Fushigiro's stronger.
I think Fushiguro wipes.
Yes, after that domain expansion and everything, even as sloppy as it was, bro, it's absolutely Fushiguro.
Now let me tell you something. This episode might have the greatest 5 minutes of Jujutsu Kaisen. Because that tag team with Nobara and Yuji against the two demons,
that was super cool.
The two humanoid demon mix,
the curses,
boys, the fetus kids. Holy shit!
That was
the Japanese heavy metal that they were playing there.
Ooh, that was cool.
Was fucking great.
That was super cool.
Them beating the shit out of them. Nobara going nuts. By the way,
Nobara was going nuts.
I was
not just, I don't mean
the
nuts
doll.
as in the fighting. I mean her attitude.
That too. She went psychopath.
When she got the curse on her and she started using resonance on herself and beating her arm in, I was like, oh my god, hurt me.
Do it.
That was amazing. And then they start doing the cuts with the foot when they were beating the shit out of it. It was cutting back and forth between them to the beat.
That was so bananas, dude.
So I didn't have a mark out moment in the entire season until then.
Okay, that's fair.
Like I had no Tengen Sound Symphony. I had no Demon Slayer episode 19. This was my freak out. This was that. I was losing my shit on this episode.
That's fair. See,
that's
what I was doing with the Toto claps. To be honest, I was losing my shit during that. I was losing my shit during this. Don't get me wrong,
absolutely.
but that was my moment.
For me, I also had it when Gojo did his domain expansion. And we saw that. I was like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Man, what a fucking way to wrap that season, too.
That was
a badass ending to the season. And then,
dude on the run.
And then what happens at the end? Fucking Fushiguro has the fingers like, hey, man, what's up? And he's like, I gotta turn this in. And
Don't eat this.
Don't fucking eat the finger. He's like, are you sure? I might be able to eat it, man. I could get stronger. Don't eat the finger. I'll let you hold it though. He goes to grab it. Fucking Sukuna just eats it. He goes, did you just eat the finger? He's like, it was Sukuna. It wasn't me, bro. I swear.
That shit was so funny.
And I was just like, okay, well, Itadori got a power up. I said he ate that shit like a Cheeto.
Yeah, literally, yeah. Still got the Sukuna fucking Cheeto powder on his fucking fingers.
Yeah, man.
The wisdom dust.
The very, very end of the season, we get a really cool split scene, in my opinion, which is just like characterization because Fushiguro and Nobara are talking, and they're like, yeah, those curses started appearing after Yuji ate the finger, so that means it's because of the resonance that they had with it. And they're like, don't tell Yuji, you know. And then it cuts to Yuji, and Yuji is talking to Sukuna, and Sukuna is talking shit to him, like, all this shit's happening because of you. You know, you talk about wanting to save people and all that, but you're getting a bunch of people killed by even existing anymore. You should have fucking died, you know? And then Yuji goes, don't you fucking tell Fushiguro that shit, you know? And it's like, they both want to protect each other, but like they both already know what's going on.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is, I think that really strengthens the core of those three. right? Like those three are the squad of this show.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely.
They're going to be as well.
And I was just like, man, solid ass way to end the season. And then they get upgraded all the way to fucking first grade.
Bro,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
those three, Panda and Maki.
Yep, they all get upgraded to first grade sorcerers.
Tuna,
Yep.
they said, whatever.
Toto, shout out to Toto though, because he was like, and my brother, Yuji Itadori. I was like, God damn it.
That was
Those are
awesome,
guys.
bro.
That's my guy.
Hold on. I have something I need
God,
to ask
why
about.
do you do this?
This
No,
is
no, no, no.
episodic. Every episode.
No. It's not episodic. It's a whole thing. So they've been talking. Gojo been talking about this traitor the whole time, and I don't know if I just missed it or because like I don't. He's assuming that there's someone at one of the two schools that is working with
Yes.
the curses because they don't realize that it's Gento or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
So is that just the whole deal? Is they don't realize that it's this dude, and he thinks that it's one of their students
It might be someone's connected to him.
to Gento?
Yeah.
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 That's kind of what I'm wondering. Yeah. So like, I don't know who it would be.
You think it'd be Toto?
I fucking hope not, man.
I hope not as well. My initial
But-
thought was honestly the I was kind of thinking maybe the cursed speech guy, but then I realized it's definitely can't be him. So it could be. I think it might be one of the Kyoto people though.
I think it's one of the Kyoto people as well.
I think
I just
it-
don't know which one.
Honestly,
I think it's honestly gonna be the sister.
the sister. You think?
Yeah.
I think it could be.
That'd be fucked up.
I think it could be Mekamaru.
That's kind of the obvious choice. I feel like
Yeah.
Is
I
I
would
think
pick
so too.
him number one because he's not.
Yeah,
He's
I
the
would
one that's
too.
not actually there.
Well, that's
Yep.
what I'm saying. Because also, they talked about him and how he doesn't have like a real body, but he just wants a real body. Maybe these curses are promising him that.
Maybe. I think.
Yeah.
I think it's someone at the main school.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
Because
Okay.
It'd be more hype or like shocking if they review it.
Right. Well, in that case, I would think
you blaming the panda, bro.
Oh, not the panda.
I was gonna blame the panda.
No, not panda.
Because he's not real. Like
Yeah.
Well,
I feel
yeah.
like he would relate more to the curses. Because he's like a cursed object himself.
It's a possibility.
Like you created me for what, man? You fucking fucked my life.
Yeah.
But I mean, it could be anyone. It could be Nobara because we don't really know a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm not the biggest
know. We'll
Nobara
see.
fan right now.
You're a biggest bitch, though.
Yeah, you.
Well, no. Like, I love watching her fight scenes, but like just her attitude and stuff, don't care for.
How you gonna say that when she like a female Itadori?
Yeah.
They're like the same person. They
No.
both retarded. Like,
I mean, they are, but like I enjoy the scenes when they're acting silly with each other. That's good to me.
how you don't say you gonna like her when you know she goes psychopath? That's
That,
awesome.
bro, the trader's gonna be Guitar Man.
The
I know it.
guitar,
Well, they say it's a student or they say it's someone.
They said
they're
it's
saying
someone.
Okay, well, Guitar Man then is definitely like suspect number one. The way
Absolutely.
he's
Yeah.
fucking acting.
Yeah, exactly.
Trying
That's
to
my
kill
guess.
everyone all the time. Hey, go kill Itadori. What the fuck? Aren't you a principal here? Wild ass man. So you guys got ratings for this?
I'll start it off with an 8.5. I thought it was really good. I'm gonna get into my spiel. So why I think the first arc was my favorite. So I was talking a little bit with Enrique about this yesterday. I was very, very excited. I'm not saying I'm disappointed by the route that they went, but I was very excited for the first arc because the whole finger introduction thing. I was like, cool. Like this is gonna be a self battle between him and Sakuna the entire show. Like and he's gonna have to eat these fingers and somehow battle him off in his brain for the entire show. And that is something that I was really, really invested in.
Yeah, like
And
them
they
just
kind
hunting
of-
it down all like every episode or
exactly.
every couple episodes.
Exactly. They're just hunting fingers, internal battle, like, and it gets harder and harder, and he has to like mentally get better and better. And that's something that could and will happen, as time passes, which is cool because I mean that the thing that I'm describing is kind of a 1 season arc, like, but at the same time, like that's something I was really, really invested in. They kind of veered away from it. I mean, he only ate like 1 or 2 fingers after that first arc.
I think he's at 5 total, maybe.
I want to say it was something
He's
like
at
that.
4 or 5.
Because he ate like 3 pretty quick, and then he ate 1 mid-season, then he ate 1 at the end.
Okay, so then he's at 5.
I'm just saying, like, I don't remember what the numbers actually are, but it was like that. But that's why, like I said, I'm not super disappointed because I really like the things that they did. But in my mind, that's why the first arc was better, because of my expectations that were created from that.
That's fair. I did like the first arc a lot. My overall rating for this is going to be probably an 8. Because I really enjoyed this. I thought they did a great job with it. There were a couple parts that were a little bit slow, and I think that there was more they probably could have gone into a little bit of detail with that they just didn't, such as, and you guys make a good point about the beginning of that sister school arc. They just didn't do a whole lot with some of that stuff. They didn't explain much. They just kind of went into it, and then it wasn't as cool, but then they finished it very strongly. So that's where I'm sitting at with an 8.
Okay. I have an 8.5 as well, as like Eli does, because this show is fucking epic, to say the least.
Yes.
I think this is like the peak, not peak, but this is like what shonen should be as far as what the genre, like action shonen. Like, it's great action, you got good character development, there's good mystery to it. I'm enjoying foreshadowing a lot, even if it's heavy-handed foreshadowing with, like, you know, the Shibuya moment. And they keep talking about that other third year who's not there yet, he's missing.
He's the second year.
He's second year? Okay.
Yeah.
He hasn't been around, but they keep talking about how he's a fucking beast in his own right.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I like stuff like that. So, the show ticks a lot of boxes for me. I also like the tone. I really think that anime doesn't do dark and gritty very often. Like, not like this show does, just because it doesn't sell and it's for kids and stuff.
Right.
Yeah. This does it fantastic. It really brings moral dilemmas into it. You really start to feel like these characters are trying to figure out what the fuck they want to do. And it's perfect to me.
Yes.
But while I say that, there was some moments that I feel like were just poor writing decisions. Like I said, not choosing to develop Maki and them prior to the group battle would have helped more when the battles finally happened, I think.
Okay. So, go ahead.
No, I was saying, you going to say something?
Huh? Oh, I was going to sort of change the way we were going real fast. But I don't know if you guys have heard this. So the movie that came out for Jujutsu Kaisen is like all prequel, and it's apparently only about that missing dude that we keep hearing about.
I assume so, because I've seen the trailer for it.
That would make sense.
That is all that it's about, pretty much. So we don't get much, of anybody else that's in the show right now. It's just pretty much only about him.
I mean, I didn't assume so, because we got introduced to a lot of characters. Like, they probably wouldn't introduce us to characters in a prequel if they were introducing us to them later, you know?
Right. I think what's going to happen is it's probably like Demon Slayer, right? But it is a prequel, so I think they're going to set up for him in season 2. Like, he's going to come back.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
this is your introduction to him.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Which obviously you don't need, but it's canon because this is from the manga. Like, they made Volume 0 in the manga, so this is a canon moment and a canon character. So
Okay.
I'm curious to see him in action because I heard the movie's fucking bananas.
I've heard it's very good.
I've heard the same thing.
Like, picture this animation but movie quality.
Yeah.
Big budget. Maybe.
Sadly, I heard we're not getting the second season till like 2023. So we'll get this and Demon Slayer the same year, so then we all can cry and release tears of joy.
Hell yeah.
That's gonna be awesome, dude.